On this episode of Pimp My Setup, I am going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 112, recorded live on June 16th, 2016. My name's Matt Philly, and you can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly. And co-hosts, who are you? There is no co-host because today I decided to do the show by myself, not because of lack of co-hosts. I actually have quite a large list, and you can still right now apply to be a co-host, link down below. But I wanted to try this. I put out a Twitter poll. People said, give it a shot. So I'm doing the whole episode by myself just to kind of see how it works. Maybe if it goes well, I'll do it once a month or twice a month or something like that. If it doesn't go well, I will never do it again, and I will live in shame. But we'll see what happens. Let me know by leaving a comment what you think. Of course, it's not going to be every episode, but just share your thoughts. So, yeah, quick little announcements, housekeeping, things that you need to know. PimpMySetup.com/Q. Got a redesign. Go check it out. It'll tell you what episode we're booked up to, and then you can go ahead and submit, and it'll tell you what the subject of your email should look like, what the body should look like, ways to actually submit a good photo. I can't tell you how many. It's got to be like 95% of submissions are rejected because the photos are awful. So go do it, submit your setup the proper way. And also, you will not get a reply if your setup is rejected. So please don't assume. I got an email the other day, guys, like, I submitted back in January and, well, I still haven't seen my setup. And I'm like, well, maybe because you never got an episode number. So if you get an episode number in a reply, that means you have been selected to be on the show. But if you haven't, then no, boo. So anyways, let's get into the first setup. First setup of the day, submitted by Michiel. Michiel is from Belgium, really loves my high quality videos. Stop it. Would really like to see my setup on your show, blah, blah, blah. And also would love to give a shout out to Arnie, Genthi, and Liam. They would love it. Well, I hope they loved it because I just did it. So Matt, how old do you think Michiel is? Oh shit. It's gonna be a while. I'm just gonna stare at the photos for a few hours. Oh, I don't know. How old? Oh, 16. Yeah. I know people right now are cringing in the chat, but obviously I'm not going to do that for every single setup. So 16 years old, and you kind of tell that this is like a cool hangout room. Maybe bedroom is included, but I can't really see around the room. It does look a little tight, especially because that couch is there, and then he has the computer chair off to the side, which confuses me because that's like a tight fit. That's like, I would assume that the chair would be right up against the couch. Now, the first thing that I really thought of was how confusing the layout of everything is. Like, okay, you're on the complete right side of the desk, which at first it's like, okay, yeah, if you want to do that, go for it. But you're really like making it hard for yourself to use the mouse. As you can see, the mouse is in front of the keyboard's pushed all the way up. It doesn't look very breathable, not really usable at all. The monitors aren't even touching, and I see the reason why is because the left speaker is completely covered and you're trying to give it a little bit of air to pass through. But then the left side's like nonchalant, just like, got my PlayStation, some headphones, I got enough room to do whatever I need to do. And that's not how it should be. It should be focused on making your setup the primary spot right there, boom, in the middle, and then put everything else around it. The PlayStation will still fit, and if anything, the PlayStation could go on top of the thing on the right side, the drawers. That would work perfectly. I don't know what that TV's for. That TV's kind of pointless considering a portion of it is covered by the desk itself. So that's, that right there is kind of like facepalm to me. The shelves above, normally people get shelves to actually like display stuff, but instead he's like, I just put whatever up there, which is confusing to me as well because that's one of the key points. You have LEDs under the shelves, like make the shelves pretty, put a little bit of life to it, show off what you love. Wire management I'm not going to say it's god awful. It's just awful. Underneath you can see he's just letting everything lay. The cables coming out of the monitors are just splitting apart like a V. Doesn't really seem to care at all. Awesome room with so much potential, and he just kind of said, doesn't really care, which is depressing. And like the PC shouldn't be smack dab in the middle there. Really, you need to relocate everything, and with a little bit of love for the cable management, a little bit more personality and presentation, I think this setup would be amazing, especially with that couch. But I just don't know the room layout. I don't know what you're working with. But Tom, quick thoughts on this. What do you think?
Honestly, it looks way too cramped. The chair, I don't know even how you fit the chair. From this angle, it looks way too tight. And I don't know. I mean, I guess you could use your couch as a footrest. Say if you're like watching a video on YouTube, you can like turn and angle your body so that the chair is like facing towards the couch, and you can lay on the couch. Would be pretty comfortable actually. But I don't know. It just looks way too cramped.
Agreed. So yeah, fun times with that. I'm thinking here, wow, I'm gonna go through these setups really quick, which might be nice. Like, once every month I just kind of do a whole episode of like 50 setups and then just boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Matt, do you have anything else to say? No. So let's go to the next setup. Next setup of the day is submitted by Vincent. Vincent said, "What it do? I'm 14. My parents have purchased everything in my setup, so suck it." He actually said that. I'm offended. He's 14. That's just disgusting. He enjoys good audio and looking to get better headphones in the far, far future. Used to be a hardcore Dota 2 player. $36.99 MMR, whatever that means. He stopped because high school doesn't leave too much time for games. Well, you're doing high school wrong, because I had too much time for games. That's probably why I failed. No, I'm just kidding. I did good. I got a thing that says I graduated. And then he said, "Say what you got to say, Matt." And it's funny, he didn't say anything about a co-host. It's almost as if he knew it was just going to be me. But anyways, this is the one reason why I tell you guys not to submit with Imgur links. He did his updated photos through Imgur, so it's taking a smidget to load. So I'm going to awkwardly look in the distance at the producer station. The first thing I noticed was, why have the drawers on the left side of the desk be empty? It just shows off the cables that you kind of just let go through. Like, Tom, if you go to the other photo, yeah, like right there, like, come on, my dude. If you put something in there, at least it'll kind of confuse me and I won't think to look for cables. And this, I really struggled with, coming up with a good set of recommendations, because honestly, the usability, the accessories, all those things, it works. It's a usable setup. It's not bad. A little bit of cable management to kind of help it out, but for the most part, it's a clean, workable setup. But the overall atmosphere, I don't really like it. I mean, it's like too many flowers for my taste, but if you like flowers, then good for you. The curtains kind of look like you're in the bathroom and they're the curtains for the shower. It's kind of weird to me. I mean, the overall, like, I think it's maybe the desk and the furniture color is just like very off to me. It works, it blends together, it's the same set, whatever. For the most part, that's what it looks like, at least. But to me, it's just like, not a big fan of how it comes together. So this is the time where you guys chime in the chat. What do you think? Do you like this? Do you hate this? What are your thoughts? Because for me, it's just like it's all over the place. I can't really come to a conclusion. I wouldn't say put the subwoofer in the drawers, like take out the shelf and put it in there, because then it would be like suffocated. But I'm trying to think what you can actually put in there. I mean, something needs to go in there for sure. And let's see, some people are saying headphone hanger. Let's see, a new desk. Get rid of the white what? Well, people are hating on the air conditioner. That's one thing. I mean, I think that he kind of enjoys the air conditioner, but people don't like the vertical monitor. That's definitely up to personal preference. If he does coding or anything like that, that's important. Chats, things of that nature. And yeah, no, I agree. I agree that the curtains aren't the best. And some people are just saying, like, one person said it's chill, it's casual. So yeah, I mean, it's not really anything special. I don't think there's a wow factor, and I think with a little bit of work it could definitely be nicer, but it would probably require a complete new desk and maybe new furniture. And yeah, it does definitely lack personality. So there you go. Not much else to say. I know, definitely going through these quick, but I kind of like that. So next setup of the day submitted by Joe. Joe said, sup, Matt. I'm a graphic designer studying in the UK. I needed a laptop to be mobile with my work, so having to make do with that as I can't afford a desktop right now. He actually runs a YouTube channel called ALD Studios. Go check him out. And he said, the rest, maybe if I need to figure something out. He kind of wrote all the fun facts you need to know about the setup. So taking a look at this, initial thoughts, I was like, well, that's colorful. And I like that because, he says that he does graphic design. So I'm going to make a crazy assumption that he made all the things on the wall. And if he didn't, then that's just really awkward because, that's just, But what I like about this, it is kind of like Skittles. It's got the rainbow. I could taste it just by looking at it. The blocks on the bottom left, what is that, Tetris or whatever. He's got a little grass thing going on, I guess, in case you need to water that every so often. You just have it up on your desk. It's actually, I think that's the first time I've ever seen like fake grass on someone's desk. What do you guys think of that? 111 in the chat if you think that's dope. 222 if you think he should get a lawnmower and get rid of that ish. But the main thing that I saw with this was it's kind of crowded, but at first glance it doesn't seem like it. And I think it's because the wall, like it really like that's where my attention goes to right off the bat. But then you look under the monitor stand and you see he's got Scott Pilgrim and this box and like his LED remote and everything. Like it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But do I hate it? No, I don't hate it. I don't think that it's really that bad to have it there. It's not like it's in the way. It's under the monitor stand. It's not, really that big of a deal. The monitor cables, you don't even realize that they're going down the middle at first glance either, which is a really nice thing because it's kind of crowded in that area. So it's like, oh, you don't really notice. But the main thing is around on top of the actual monitor stand. That's where Tom's going to come in. Tom, do you think it's a little too crowded on the stand itself?
Yeah, you could definitely get rid of like all that stuff, to be honest. Maybe the Rubik's Cube you can keep because I like Rubik's Cubes, but other than that, like a lot of stuff is something you could put in a drawer or storage bin.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, no, it's really true. And someone said, what was it? Damn it, that's the problem with this chat. It moves too quick. Yeah, people are saying like it seems like he knows what he's doing. Like it's organized in a sense, and I agree with that. Definitely overkill in some areas, like on top of the monitor stand, but I don't think like underneath is the worst thing ever. And someone said that he has cables going into the box. Well, in that case, that's dope. Very smart idea. But here's like my one thing, like if this is my setup, this is what I'm gonna change. Like first off, props, because obviously he said he needs the laptop to go wherever. He doesn't have a desktop, so I love how he did this, because most people wouldn't even realize at first glance that is in fact powered off the laptop. So that's really, really cool. But I think the way that the paintings are set up, it's a little odd to me. Like those two on the right wall should be on the main wall. And the cork board should go on the right side, only because I just think the whole desk should be lined up with paintings, and the cork board's just kind of like out of place. So I definitely think that should go to the right side. The actual desktop, yeah, we see things like he could use some like headphone hangers and cleaning up a few things, but for the most part, the desktop isn't bad. My main gripe would be on top of the monitor stand. That's the messy part, especially because that's where your eyes are focused. But did I include a photo of underneath his desk? Yeah. So underneath his desk is not awful at all. He's got the one cable running down on the floor, and props there. I like that. He's got the one strand of cables that go into the box, and it's like, it's not awful. It really isn't, because they're all managed, and I always say like, it's okay if you could see them as long as they're managed. But I definitely think in this scenario, Quinn Nelson would be talking about some tech flex, because at least it would be some nice carbon fiber setup. And obviously those are the cables you're not touching on a daily basis, because I think that's just for your monitors and the keyboard and stuff like that. So I definitely think maybe looking into that would be nice. But I really do like the white legs. I've never really seen too many setups with the white Alex legs. Damn it, what are those called? Not the Olav, but the cheaper ones, the $4 legs. I never really see people actually those are the Olavs, because if you guys look, they're height adjustable. So the desk is higher than a normal $4 leg. So I like it. I think that it looks really, really nice. I like how the white blends in with the paintings, the legs, all that stuff. Really, really smart idea. Really nice room, colorful, and just shows off so much about you, my man. But yeah, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Jacob. Jacob says he loves gaming on his PC and PS4. He was inspired to start a YouTube channel because of you and your passion. Oh my god. That's so nice. He currently attends college full-time for criminal justice and computer science. God damn, those are like two hard things. He also works full-time as at a parts and service shop for cars. He paid for all the technology, but not the furniture. Okay. His YouTube channel is Total Elevation, along with his Twitter and Instagram, if you guys want to check it out. And for the most part, that's basically it. So he's 19 years old, for people wondering. And yeah, so let's go and find his picture. See, normally when I'm telling people to guess the age, I'm trying to open the photos. So the reason that they take forever, which is great because I usually take forever to find the photos. But oh my god, why is the internet being spotty? Okay, well, it's all right. I can look from a distance on the producer station. So initial thoughts here was like, ooh, he's got a lot of room. Like, it's a big portion of a room. I don't know if it's a dedicated room, it's a basement, or whatever the case may be. It looked kind of like a basement situation. But I think, like, right off the bat, it's like, oh, that's not bad. But when it comes down to it, if you zoom in, Tom, on the actual desktop itself, here's another question for you. Is his desktop messy, overcrowded?
The left side, yeah, but I mean the right side is completely empty. Besides the gun, of course, because gun's great. But on the left side, it looks a little crowded. I mean, you could probably spread it out, or once again, find a storage bin, drawer, or something like that.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to talk longer because it's still not loading. But
well, it's pretty great actually.
I don't know why it's not loading. Man, Wi-Fi. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Someone agree with me. But yeah, so. My other thing was like, okay, it's hard because it's like so far away. There we go. So like, it's nice, it's usable, great actual like peripherals and layout of things. Now, man, is this normally it's easy to see from far away. Oh, so like the placement of the PC I thought was a little bit weird. Maybe like a little bit further into the corner. I like that it has the headphones up. Subwoofer maybe put in like further left side, something like that. But I see you probably put it towards the PC for wire management. That's a gun, right? That's just like sitting on the desk.
That's what's sitting on the desk. Yeah,
like I don't understand that. I mean, maybe if you had to kill someone, you just need that in reach at all times. Yeah, go for it. Wire mulch would be nice over there as well. And then let's go up to the shelves. I think that's something. Yeah, the shelves looked a little overcrowded to me. Not awful, but just like maybe clean it up a little bit. Actually, here we go. I think the pictures are starting to load on my computer. Oh my god, hallelujah, am I right? I really like that Darth Vader thing though on the top left. That's cool. That's really nice. And then below that, we've got like some monster and stuff. That's cool. Be a monster. That's fun. Oh my god, sorry guys. This is gonna be awkward because it's taking forever to load the goddamn pictures. That's a nice garbage can because it's not like what?
No, it's a nice garbage can.
No, like I like how it's not in like normally people have the really ugly ones. So good job, you chose a nice one. See, now this is the setup that's gonna make people say, Matt, get a co-host, because right now, oh wow, there's a bug. Huh?
Okay, this is what you do. Ready? You just get a drawer. All that extra stuff, you can throw it right underneath, like an Alex drawer, right underneath the left side where it is. And I mean, other than that, it's pretty clean. Maybe add some more personality on the desk, like the pop vinyls that you have on the shelf on top. Why don't you put some on the desk? You have the room for it. You know what I mean, Matt?
Yeah, I just wish. I don't know why the Wi-Fi gave out now, but who cares? We're not going to stop the show. Overall, I really do like it. It does have that clean atmosphere. And I do think it is like in a basement situation, which makes it even cooler because it looks like high ceilings. That was the one thing, like the shelf I thought was too high. It just kind of looked like really, really, really high. But I like the Walking Dead poster and all that fun stuff. And, zoom out, Tom. I'm like trying to, with my mind, control where the mouse is. But yeah, I mean, overall, it is really just a nice, straightforward setup. I don't know what's the next step, guys. People in chat, if the chat's even loading for me, I don't know. Yeah, it's not loading, so I can't. I don't know. All right, let's go to the next setup. Hopefully this next setup actually loads. Let's see. Pictures, please load. Please load. This, of course, is going to happen the one time I'm hosting by myself. Anyways, okay, let's just get into it. This is submitted by Lester. Lester says, hi, my gaming setup needs help and improvements. I want to try doing some streaming. And yeah, so when I looked at this, I was like, okay, that's cool. All right. Because what I've started to do is actually not select these kind of setups anymore because they really are so straightforward. It's literally just a monitor, a computer, speakers, headphones, keyboard, mouse, and that is it. And it's just kind of like there's no meat. There's nothing to talk about. But what does his thing say? Behind every great carry, there's a great support. Oh, that's cute. That's cool. Yeah, I don't, cable management's great. It's simple. It's just a Razer fanboy setup. It's not like anything that blows my mind. Like, my pants are still on right now. Fun fact. So there's nothing about it that like makes me want to like get undressed and run around screaming, yeah! So what do you think, Tom?
It's boring. I mean, okay, they're nice peripherals, nice, it's a nice setup in general, but it's boring. Add something to it. I mean, we can't see what's above. There probably is nothing above. That's why I took the close-up picture. But add something to the wall. I mean, put something underneath. Get like I don't even know. It's just so, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. It's boring.
I got my internet back, so thank God, because I couldn't read the chat. And now that I can read the chat, I think I should just close it because people, they're ripping apart this setup. They're saying it's ugly, it's stupid. Okay, wow. Some people really have some strong vocabulary. Yeah, I mean, the monitor isn't the best thing ever, but it doesn't necessarily, matter. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'm sure down the road he's going to go for, the money he spent on the Razer peripherals alone, he could have gotten a nice monitor. But let's not talk about that. Anyways, let's just go to the next setup since that one was all awkward and stuff. Now that everything's loading, I could actually do this. So here we go. This setup was submitted by Noah. Noah said, I didn't buy anything in the setup besides the keyboard. I can't tell you how real that is, and I appreciate that, Noah. That's nice of you to actually be real. He said his next investment is probably 2 new monitors or an ultra wide. Well, I mean, with all the money you saved not buying anything in the setup, you should be able to afford an ultra wide. And then he said, yeah, go ahead and roast the Blue Yeti. I wasn't going to do it. Don't worry, dude. So again, Noah, and he's actually 15th. So yeah, taking a look at this though. I like at initial glance, you see he's got red. He's got it flowing through his veins. And I like that. But then you look in the corner and you're like, what the fudge? He's got pink. Pink? Is he colorblind, bro? Like, yeah, no, he might actually be colorblind. I apologize if you are. But yeah, I mean, that pink just kind of like threw me off. But initial thoughts, right to the right side. Definitely overcrowded, needs to be cleaned up. Is that like an actual thing built to hold the games like that? That's pretty cool. It's got the controllers, but then it has slots for the games, which looks really, really nice, but I don't think that should be on the desk necessarily. If you want to keep that, I'd put that maybe underneath. If you had a storage option that wasn't super tall, you could place it under there. But just seeing the actual games does look a little bit messy in this setup. In some setups, it looks fine, but here I see like such a certain kind of layout that it would look better if you couldn't see the games, because it's all that red and dark colors and grungy with the brick wall and so on and so forth. And then the next thing that I kind of noticed was his monitors and everything should be on the right side so that we could actually read what the wall says. I mean, luckily I am Sherlock Holmes and I can come to the assumption that says New York, but I do think it would look better if we could kind of see that wall and then you use the brick wall as the background for what you're doing. But that's just me. Usability, not necessary. It's great in terms of making do with what you have, but you don't have the most room in the world, so it kind of looks a little tight. There's not a lot of depth to the desk. I don't know how hard it is to put the Yeti in front of your face and not cover the screen, but it doesn't look awful. The right side, aside from the games, it just looks like it has a lot on it in general that you can kind of clean up. And definitely this is another scenario where you should get some sort of storage. Those plastic bins are super cheap, and you can put them under there and they won't look bad at all. And I think it would be a nice accessory. It would look really, really good. And then reading the chat here, trying to see what people think of it. People are saying the brick wall looks pretty good. So that, I mean, that alone is nice. Someone said those bezels are thicker than Nicki Minaj. Nice. Okay. So overall, though, yeah, someone said, what's with the phone mount above the monitor? That is a very good question. Maybe he uses his webcam for streaming. I know, I mean, his cell phone for streaming. No joke, know people that do that, and I don't know why or how or what, but you do you, boo. But yeah, let's go to the next setup. This one. So many people are just gonna say, Matt, why would you choose this? My setup was rejected and this wasn't. Well, here's the thing, this was a fast pass, and I tried to get better pictures, but it was just kind of like never got a reply. I said, hey, why don't you send some pictures that aren't square and maybe better lighting? And then plus, if you're submitting a fast pass, just kind of like a thing you should know, you should kind of clean your setup, like the cables and all that fun stuff. So I don't want to hurt his feelings too much. I'm going to be honest, but I don't want to like rip him apart for sending bad pictures. His name's Tanner. He's from Minnesota. He's 13. He just finished his setup. He loves to game and edit. And my is an old one. So I don't know what that means. And he said, I have very limited space, but I think I did a great job for the desk that I have. He has one hole that he put to get all the cables through. And yeah, he said, keep up the great work. Thank you, Tanner. You were so nice to me. But sorry for what I'm about to say. So basically, cables, I gave it a 0 for cable management because there's quite literally no managing going on at all. He just kind of let it be. The desktop, though, it's not awful. The PS4 and all the controllers and stuff like that, like the controller, only one controller, should be underneath. You should get some storage underneath and put that stuff there because that's eating up valuable real estate on your desk. Now, aside from that, like the speakers are kind of like squished in there, but it doesn't look like the biggest space ever, so it's not the end of the world. Maybe if you really want to go crazy, you get a double monitor arm that actually lets you mount the one monitor above, or you just get a single monitor arm, put a grommet in, put the monitor over, keep the other one on its stand, and that will kind of help you free up space. The speakers will be able to breathe a lot nicer. But here's the problem. It looks like behind you would be the stairs where someone comes up and you're in a little cubby hole. So I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. I think your mom hates you. She's kind of like, it's the equivalent of Harry Potter getting pushed under the stairs. I mean, you just got this little area, not a lot of room to work with. So you're 13 now. When you get older, you kind of got to say to mom, like, listen, I don't want that anymore. I don't. You can have that for your scrapbooking or whatever. But guess what, mom? I want my own house. And she'll give it to you, and it'll just work out. So I don't want to hurt your feelings anymore. I mean, really, you're making do with what you have. You're 13. I told you all the things that you could possibly do. Keep up with it, but definitely get that PlayStation off there and kind of free up some room. Let yourself breathe a little bit. But yeah, maybe some LEDs. Maybe, yeah, some stuff like that. We'll see what happens. What? Maybe not. But yeah, anyways, next setup of the day submitted by Dimitri. Dimitri says, hello, I am from Los Angeles, California. I'm going to be a junior in high school after the summer. I like video games and card games. Card games, huh? Yeah, forgot they made those things. He also enjoys working with computers, especially servers during the summer. He has a computer repair business that he runs over the summer when he's not in school. He has, holy balls in your mouth, he's got a 1080. What? Yeah, he's got a 1080 powering two 28-inch 4K Acer monitors, and his TV's hooked up to a Wii U. Oh, PU. Kidding, that's funny, right? Okay, there's something in my eye. Sorry. Okay, so anyways, knowing that, did I say he was 16? No. He's a junior. He's a junior. Okay, so he's 16. So if that makes you hate him more than type 111 in the chat. Kidding. But yeah, so... man, first off, I feel so left out whenever anime's on the walls and stuff, because I don't know what any of that is. I know Zelda's over there, but I don't know what the other stuff is. So if anyone knows in the chat, make me feel dumb. What is that? Okami, yeah, but you know what, Tom? We don't know what that is. Also, Tom, go to the computer in the bottom left. You can see that 1080 light up. Ooh. Yeah, lights up my world. But yeah, this right here is very cute. Very cute. Look at those red legs with the black top and the nice red background that looks like an explosion. It's just really, really nice. Peripherals, everything kind of goes together. I'm not a fan of black and red. I think that it's completely overdone and super not unique. But I think that this is like not over the top, if that makes sense. I feel like it's kind of like, okay, it's black and red, but it's not the whole room, like the wall's black and half of it has stripes with red going through. It's just like certain parts of the desk. But for the most part, the colorful posters on the top kind of draw me away from the black and red, which I really liked because I don't want the black and red to be super in your face. And then I think that right side, personally, part of me would want to switch to the right side and use that for my monitors because it's longer. But I could kind of see why he would want it to be for his Wii U. Gives him a little bit more breathing room. So as long as he could really utilize that right display, it looks a little bit hard for him to do because it's like not super deep. So he's kind of like has to completely rotate his head 90 degrees, but actually 45 degrees. But I mean, if he could use that right monitor with no issue, then I think it's fine. But what do you guys think in the chat? Do you think it's hard for him to use that right display? Not sure. But I do think the TV situation is nice. I like how the Wii U controller is right in front of there. Super clean. Out of sight, out of mind is really nice here. Headphone hanger, mic arm, everything you could possibly need. Even the footrest is black and red, which I thought was like such a nice touch. Look how clean the floor is. I mean, it's really a nice setup. And even the chair on the left side, you can see is black and red. The room is like nice and white. One thing he should do is paint that headboard for his bed. Make it black, put some red stripes through it. I don't know. But for the most part, this is a clean as F setup. Really, really, really nice. I just had a hard time understanding the usability of the right display. But I could be wrong. Some people are saying, yeah, that's definitely too close and too far to the right. But I mean, yeah, if he's just chilling, playing something on the main display, then he's fine. Because most people don't play dual displays for gaming. I would see why that would be a little weird. But yeah, overall, Dimitri, badass setup. I like that. So here we go. Next setup of the day and final setup of the day submitted by Michiel. Michiel says, hello. I recently changed my setup around and added a few things. My name is Michiel. I'm 19 from Kentucky. Oh boy, he's from Kentucky. He's been watching the show for about a year now. He's an industry control programmer and a full-time student. His PC is mainly used for productivity and coding. He's got a 980 Ti. Ooh, he's got a lot of space, able to do whatever he wants. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, his soundbar is mounted to the other side of the desk, which I think is cool. I actually thought that was the first time I saw it, but a lot of people have been doing that recently. And I mean, as long as you got some strong adhesive keeping it on there, then go for it. I think it's cool. I mean, it kind of make your stomach vibrate and whatnot, but nice. And he says eventually he wants to get the TV upgraded and eventually a triple monitor setup for himself, but he's just kind of like figuring life out, budgeting money. He wants to get a street bike, stuff like that. So cool. Take a look at this though. My initial thoughts were, God damn it, what is wrong with you? And then after I calmed down, I was like, God damn it. No, I'm kidding. So here's the thing. I say this all the time and people don't seem to care, but your goddamn ribs must be obliterated sitting in that corner. I mean, it's almost like just taking a knife or like a sword and pushing your ribs into it. Like, yeah, this is so comfortable. It's not a corner desk. It is an L desk. And the L desk does not mean you could use the corner to sit there. That is painful. So that right there kind of threw me off, and I wish that there was a curve there and it was comfortable to use because the layout, I get it. It makes sense, but long term, that's got to be uncomfortable to sit at. I mean, honestly. But I do love the case. I love it a lot. It's the same case I have, except mine's black and better. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this case is beautiful. Fantex makes amazing cases. And then, yeah, I mean, overall, like, that was my main problem right off the bat that really just angered me because I know so many people that do that, and it's like you just can't. You just can't do that. I mean, Tom, am I crazy?
Crazy about what?
Him sitting in the corner.
Oh no, it's crazy. If it was curvature, it would make more sense, but you're killing yourself. And with that soundbar there, say if you had something playing on the TV, you'd be getting this like weird vibration on the left side of your body. Like, oh god, what's that feeling? It just looks very uncomfortable.
Someone, Cameron Atkins, who's a freaking dick nugget, said, we're not all chubby like you know. Oh, if anything, it'd be better for me because my chub would protect my ribs from getting obliterated, you dick. And I just banned you, so screw you. But no, honestly, Cameron Atkins, you're a dick, and now you're on the show, so congrats. But yeah, just because I'm chubby doesn't mean I am like different when it comes to using desks. If anything, if you don't have any chub to block it, that's gonna hurt even more. But yeah, for the most part, this is like really just depressing because it is such a great setup and it is laid out very nicely. But here's a crazy idea. Crazy. I mean, call me crazy, because there's a keyboard tray over there on that right side. How about you put your setup over there? So you put your PC monitor over there, put the PC in the corner, and oh my god, it will work exactly the same. Oh god. Yeah, no, honestly, that's like, I don't see why you don't do that. It's almost like confusing. So I understand you want to go for that cool look where you're close to the TV or whatever, but you got to use the desk the way it was made to be used. So definitely do that. Swap the PC to the corner, put the monitor to the right side, do that, put your fake plan over there and whatnot. And I think that's really it. There's not a lot personality wise. You're lucky those wallpapers are colorful, because it kind of made me forget about that. But that's the thing. Like, honestly, presentation's key. If the monitors were off, be a whole complete different story. But the one thing that's behind the TV, like, why even put it there in the first place? You know, like, no one can really see it, especially if it's a treasure map. You're not going to find the treasure if it's back there. And then the GTA map is also like basically covered. So you got to kind of figure out some stuff. The painting is a little, it's like some plastic stuff on the side by the wall. You see that, Tom? Yeah, it's like a little weird. Makes me feel all weird inside. But for the most part, the cable management on a desk like this is great. You know, you got your headphones, you got all your accessories that you need, the little white shelf, your plastic storage bin to the left. Really, it's a great setup, just terrible placement of things. And yeah, people are saying the skull's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. He's got some cool stuff. But the posters, they're just kind of pointless. So that's how I see it. But what do I know? Nothing, right? Yeah, nothing. But yeah, for the most part, it's nice. It's a great setup. And he's got great lights, too. That's the one thing I want to like just mention. He's got great lights. Oh, Tom's already off the setup. So I guess I'm off the setup.
Because you wrapped it up like 18 times, so I just thought you were done.
You know what? I'm just reading fat shaming comments right now, so it hurts. Anyways. Okay. Anyways, here we go. Scores. This is fun because it's going to hurt people's feelings because it's literally just my scores. So, Michael or Michiel or whatever the hell his name was 56. Vincent got a 70. Joe got an 84. Jacob got an 84. What? Lester got a 74. Noah got a 78. Tanner got a 38. Dimitri got a 90. And Michiel got an 82, which means that Dimitri got first place. But you guys have to decide. Tom, show Joe and Jacobs again. They tied for second place. So we got Joe. Joe is, type in 438 if you like Joe's. And then Jacob was a 749. Who do you think deserves second place? Put it down in the comment section down below. I already forgot the numbers, but I'm sure someone else will figure it out. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this episode, minus the Wi-Fi dropping, which really kind of threw off my jam. What do you guys think? Was it good? Should I do this once a month? I mean, I have co-hosts. Maybe I'll just go back. Yeah, let's go back to that, because there were a lot of fat shaming comments when I did it with a co-host. I'm gonna get fat co-hosts from here on out. They're gonna be fatter than me, so I won't feel bad. But anyways, guys, seriously though, thank you for watching. Right now, whoever was 749 seems to be winning.
That's the second guy.
Second guy. Okay, yeah. So 749, congratulations. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Philly. Find me on Twitter at Matt Philly. Go kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Okay. Get you on the flippity flop.